Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lottie and today we're going to do a Pilates arms workout with a little bit of abdominal and oblique work as well. We're going to use the TheraBand and we're going to use it. You might have seen Lenny just pop in. That's my dog Lenny. He'll just be coming in and out. We are going to use the TheraBand because we can do some really creative things with it, find that extra resistance. And I'm also going to show you just how to turn it into a loop band as well. And we're going to do a few exercises like that too. So let's begin with a little warm up here. So we're just going to come to a comfortable seated position and just remember to take the whole class at your own pace and level. If anything doesn't feel right for you, just rest and just join us when you feel ready. So we're just going to start with a little bit of breathing. So we're going to use the band to just really connect to our Pilates breath. So bring the band around your rib cage and just hold on to either side like it's giving you a little bit of a hug. And then just maybe close down the eyes to just help come into your practice today, your class. And just start to feel the ribs expanding as you breathe in into the band. And as you exhale, just feel the ribs softening and narrowing in towards each other. So you're just feeling that rise and fall of the breath, that natural movement that's coming through the trunk, the diaphragm. And with the ribs, with the band wrapped around the ribs here, you can really feel that connection, that widening as you inhale, bringing the air in, and then that narrowing as you exhale. Gorgeous. So let's from here open up that TheraBand and we'll just do a little sort of cat and cow stretch just to get the spine warmed up. So just start to round your spine, flexing your spine, bringing the ends of the band together. And then open up your chest, feel the band stretching apart and lift your gaze, lift your chest up towards the sky. And again, so we'll just do 5 of these, looking down as you round in and then opening up. And we'll breathe out to round into that flexion. And we'll breathe in to extend, opening your chest. 2 more. Just keep the elbows soft. Just warming up the spine. Last one. And then we're going to get ready to go into our first little sequence. Gorgeous. So we're actually going to keep the band here. I want you to turn sideways on your mat, just facing or facing forwards on your mat. And we're just going to do the same sequence, but we're going to do 3 levels. And I'm going to take you through the different options, but you can always stay at level 1. Good. So we're just going to start with the feet grounded down, the knees bent, lifting through the posture, a nice long spine. We're starting with a forwards row with the palms up. We're going to do 10 of each. We're going to reach forwards and row back. Reach forwards and row back. And I'm just going slightly above shoulder height, sort of eye level. Breathing out and breathing in, keeping the elbows nice and narrow to the body. We've got 5. Try not to sink in the posture. 4. Really working through the back and through the arms. Last 2. And on the last one, you're going to hold the arms out there. Turn the palms in to face each other. We're going to do a hug a tree. So we open and close. Don't go too far back with the arms. You want them in your peripheral vision, forwards of the shoulders. And close. And open and close. Good. And I'm just having to remind myself continuously to lift out of the hips, lift up through the crown of the head. 5. Shoulders away from the ears away from shoulders, long through the neck. Last 3. Last 2. And last 1. Now we're going to flip the palms back up and go for a bicep curl here. So we keep the elbows level with the shoulders and we curl the forearms upwards. Good. And out. Lovely. So you could do the whole sequence without the band if it feels too much. Or you could even use weights if you don't have a band. So there's lots of different little variations of this you can do. We've got 5. I really like the band. I like the amount of resistance it gives. 3 and 2 and 1. Now we're going to level that all up and we're going to repeat each of those exercises but in a little mini teaser. So you can always stay in that seated position, or we're going to just rock back, find a little bit of a C curve, a posterior tilt, so tipping the pelvis under, and then lift the legs up to a tabletop position. Bring the knees and ankles together. Again, we bring the band behind the back and we're going to go for those 10 of each again. So we go for our row forwards, a little bit more challenging now because you are obviously having your legs off the floor, having to work those abdominals, but continue to lift through the body. Breathing out and in. Good. It's quite difficult to really keep the legs together, working your inner thighs as well. It's always a full body workout with Pilates. 2 and 1. Now the palms are going to flip in, soft elbows, we go for hug a tree. Good. And open and close. Try and keep those legs in tabletop if you can. You could always just tap them down if you need a little bit of a modification, or come back to that upright seated position. And open. 3 and open. 2 and open. And 1. Now, palms back up. We go for the bicep curl. Try to keep those elbows high. They'll want to drop down. Good. 5 more. Lovely. 4, 3, 2. Keep gazing forwards. Last one. And relax. Good. 1 more set of this. So we're going to do 10 of each again. This time you're going to be in full teaser if you can. Really challenging. So obviously keep tabletop or keep feet down for an option, or we're going to come back into that tabletop position and we're going to stretch the legs out into that full teaser, and we're going to go for that row. This is going to be tough. I can already feel the legs as well. Good. And obviously now the arms are getting a little bit more tired. And you can always take it back to a previous version. Reaching out through the feet if you can. Reaching those arms in line with the legs. We hold that last one, palms face in, and we open and close the arms. Really lifting the chest up to the feet. My legs are starting to shake a little bit, holding them out there, so I'm just going to bend them in for a moment. Really keep widening the shoulders at the back. Last one, we go for those bicep curls. We've just got this last set here, then we're moving on. I promise they're good. Doing really well. Last 5, I'm going to stretch out. 4, 3, lifting that chest, drawing the navel, drawing it in towards the spine. Last one, and we hug in. If you kept your legs straight for that whole sequence, wow, good going. That was tough. So we're going to come down onto our backs now, and we're going to bring the band underneath your thighs. So gently come down, and we're going to do like a little double leg stretch here. And we're going to switch the band from behind the thighs and then to the head. So let yourself just settle, and you're going to come up into a curl up already. So you're going to start with the band behind the backs of your thighs, and we're going to do a little pull here. We're going to do a double leg stretch. The leg's going to come in. You're going to reach the legs and arms away and then pull the band over the head. So you have to do quite a tuck to get the band over the feet, even like a little curl with the tail, and then stretch the legs out, pull the band again, and then tuck the knees in. Band goes over the feet, reach out, pull the band, bring it in, woo, reach over, legs out, and pull. So you're just interchanging, really working the abdominals as well as the arms. Bring it over and reach. Good. Try and keep that chin tucked towards the chest. Now on this last one, we're going to hold, and we're kind of going to do like the 100 little, but this time pulls out rather than down. So you're going to pull out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. Good. Relax there. Hug those knees towards the chest. Well done. Feeling that. You're probably very warm. We're going to come up to standing now. And we're going to do a little bit of rowing. So we're going to keep the bands open like this. And we're going to stand onto the band. So you might hear Lenny just in the background a little bit. So we're going to stand onto the band. And we're going to cross the band over. We're going to go for a little hinge forwards with the knees bent. And we're going to do like a little backwards row here. So we're going to widen the elbows and then release. So obviously you can hold a little bit tighter on the band if you want more resistance, or looser if you need a little bit more slack. So we're slightly leaning forwards. We've got that long neutral spine. You should already feel those abdominals firing up. And then feeling a little gentle squeeze between the shoulders as you draw the elbows back. Wide elbows like they're trying to touch both sides of the room. Keeping the wrist nice and long. Using that breath. Good. Reaching out on a diagonal. We've got 5. 4. Keep the knees nice and soft. 3. 2. And last one. Gorgeous. Now you're going to keep your left foot in the band and you're going to take your right foot out and we're going to come into a lunge position. So we're going to go for another set of these bicep curls, but in this lunge, a static lunge. So really ground through the feet. Find that length through your lower back. Tailbone is dropping down towards the floor. So you feel this opening through the right hip and the right hip is really pulling forwards. From here, holding on to either side of the band, we're going to take a bicep curl. So this time the elbows are nice and close to the waist. Oh, got to ground through that front foot and we curl. So back to that bicep curl and then we're going to come into a nice chest expansion to work into the backs of the arms. Good. Feel the ribs softening down. Lift through the top of the head, widen across the shoulders for 4. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Now we're going to take it down with this back knee towards the mat. So if you need any padding under that back knee, or you can roll your mat up. And then you're going to flip the band out of that, from that front foot, and you're going to bring it across the front of that shin. And from here, we're going to go into a chest expansion, sort of like a reach back. So the arms stay straight, the palms are facing back, and you're holding onto that band as you pull the arms back evenly and then forwards. Back and then forwards. Back and then forwards. Nice. So get as full range of movement as you can without moving the body. Keep looking forwards. Really nice one to open across the chest and shoulders here. Use the feet to stabilize you. We've got 4. We've got 3. And 2. Now on the last one, let's hold little presses back for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now we're going to, before we do all that on the other side, we're going to come to a little bit of oblique work. We're going to come to lay on this side with both our feet around the band. We're going to hold on to the band with our left hand as we come onto that right side. We're on our forearm here. We're going to do like a little side teaser. So I'm holding on to either end of the band with both feet around the band. We're going to rock back onto the underneath hip, keeping the knees together as you draw into this little side teaser, and then we come back to face completely to the side. So using this arm a little bit to help you pull the knees in towards the chest. We'll just do 6 of these and we rock it back. You might need some extra padding underneath your hip if your surface is quite solid, because you're sort of rolling on that hip there, so it can feel a little bit uncomfortable. Good. So as well as working this working side that's moving, you're really having to work through the supporting shoulder not to sink down. So I keep pushing away from the mat. 2 more here. Drawing those knees in, reaching out, get to that full side, all the way back. Last one, knees come in. We take it back. And well done. Good, not easy. Let's come up to standing and we'll go for that on the other side. So we're coming back into the lunge. I'm gonna still face this way, but obviously face which way you feel comfortable. So we're gonna bring this time that right foot onto the band and we're in a standing static lunge. So your back knee's off the floor. Find that little bit of a posterior tilt, so pulling the hips forwards. Left hip is facing forwards. We've got the bicep curl to begin with here. Ground through the feet as we curl and we reach. Good. So steadying yourself. And as the arms go down, can you grow taller? So always thinking about length and creating more space in the body. Really drop that back knee to get that lovely hip stretch as well. 4 more. Good. And 3. Good. And 2. Good. You're okay, Lenny. Just reassuring him. Last one. And we come down with the back knee. We're going to bring the band around the front of the shin for those lovely chest expansion reaches back. So the arms are straight, the palms are facing back. Really press back through the back shin and the front foot. Hips are facing forwards and we reach back and release. So take care here as the arms go back. What wants to happen is a little bit of a flare of the rib cage. So just check that Pilates form. Chin slightly in towards the chest so that the back of the neck feels really long and stretched. And then just check that you're working your arms evenly. So one's not working more than the other. One's not pulling back further than the other. Try and be as balanced on the right and left as you can. 3, 2, we've got a little bit of a hold on that last one, remember, and then those presses back for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, small movement, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we're gonna come for those side teasers, for those obliques now. So we bring the bands around the feet, we hold on with our right hand, we're on the left forearm or elbow, checking that we are not collapsing through that shoulder. And then we're gonna come up with the knees. So we pull the knees in. Well, it was a bit quick actually. We're gonna rock back first, then draw the knees in. So you use those lower deep abdominals and obliques. We control to the side. Good, just 6, because they are hard work. And reach into the band to come back. And I'm using this arm a little bit just to help pull the legs in. 3. And back. 2. And rolling back. And last one. And we're going to roll back. Yes. And well done, guys. Okay. We're so nearly there. What I want you to do is just create a loop with the band here. So like a sort of loop band, you're just going to create a little knot in one side, a little circle, and then you've got this loop band variation. So you can kind of decide how big that loop is. Obviously, the smaller it is, the more work, the more resistance, and the wider it is, then you've got a little bit more to play with there. So we're going to come up to standing here, and again, we're going to work into the sides and into the upper body. So we're going to start by bringing that band over your head, shoulders away from the ear, and we're just going to draw one arm down and up. So it's like a little overhead reach, alternating sides. Good. Keeping the wrist long as you pull down with the elbow. And then you're just going to add a knee curling up to that elbow that comes down. So we're going to pull the knee up to the elbow and then reach tall. And draw down like a little crab, a standing crab. And down, and up, and down, and up. Good. So a little side curl, a little side chest curl towards that side, and up, and curl. Good. So you want to bring that knee as high as you can, and that elbow to reach that knee. I can feel the arms quite a lot with this one. And we go for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Lovely. Now what you're going to do now is just take the same movement, but with both elbows pulling back behind your head. So the band goes a little bit behind the head, so you get that lovely chest stretch, shoulder stretch, and work as well. And pull behind. So you have to have quite a lot of mobility there to do that one. So if it's feeling a bit restricted, maybe just bring the band in front of the head instead. But if you want to kind of continue to work that stretch, work that mobility, see if you can bring the band behind the head and then reach it back up. Good. 3. Lovely. 2. Again, without flaring those ribs. Let's do one more. Can it go a little bit further back? Open through the chest. And release it down. Okay, good. Last exercise, we're going to do some Pilates press-ups. Don't need that band for this last bit. So we're going to come down into a kind of modified side plank for our press-up. So we're going to continue to work through the obliques as well. So we bring the hands down under the shoulders, but we're going to twist to the right. So we're going to twist a little bit to that side. So it's kind of like a little modified side plank, but both hands are down. And we're going to rock back in between every one. So let's not do too many, but we're going to try and do them really well. Our press ups, we'll do 6 on each side, so 12 in total. So we come down into that press up, we push up, and then we rock back, bottom towards the heels. Come back into that modified side plank, little press, and back. And you might feel one arm, I'm feeling this left arm working more than the other, but I'm trying to be as balanced as I can and rock back. Now, if you really wanted to level this up, if you've done this routine a few times already and you're like, right, I can level it up, you could go for knees off in that side plank, take the press up, and then come into like a side pike. Okay? So if not, keep the knees down, just as hard. 2 more facing this side. Rock back in between. Last one. I'm really trying to get stronger in my upper body as well. And then we're going to turn the body to the other side. So come through a nice supported plank and then bring the knees to face the other side, the hips to face the other side. Just 6 here. And rock back. So remember, you could maybe take a full plank version of this. And then it goes into a pike, a side pike, lifting the hips up. Your arms are probably already super tired from all of that band work. So this is quite cheeky of me to put it right at the end here. 2. Pressing back. Last one. Beautiful. And then just come through that plank. We're going to stretch it out. So just come knees down, chest down towards the mat. Interlace the hands if you can behind your back, or just hold on to one of your wrists. And then just start to draw the hands over the hips towards the feet, and then come into a nice back lift here, chest lift. Roll the shoulders, stretch through the arms, long through the neck. Breathe, keep reaching the arms away from your body. and then release down. Good, let's find a child's pose. So come into a nice wide knee child's pose, reaching your arms forwards as far forwards as you can. Stretch across the back and shoulders. And then just walk your hands all the way over to one side. And you can just anchor one of your hands down and breathe into the ribs. I really like this kind of side child's pose here. And then walk your hands back through the middle, over to the other side. Again, you can anchor one hand down and really breathe into that open rib cage there. And then walk the hands back to the center. Start to walk the hands back towards your legs. And then just gonna bring the hands together in front and just press the palms forwards. Maybe looking down, stretching the neck. Widening the shoulders. And then open, bring the hands to the small of your lower back. Draw the elbows back and lift the chest. Maybe come up to high kneeling here. Beautiful. And then just come back to your seated position. And you are all done for that routine, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Lots of fun things in there. I hope you feel nice and worked from top to toe, but really through the upper body and the arms, obliques and waist. Thank you so much for joining me again for this routine. Make sure you check out the other routines on my channel. Subscribe, like, and also head over to my virtual studio and app. We have a really amazing offer for YouTube subscribers, and that's in the description box below. So make sure you check that out for hundreds more Pilates routines, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.